Well, OBS did an update, and it took me about 15 minutes to get it to work after everything. So things are going to look a little different on here because of this update. Um, but hopefully it's working. So we had some clouds to start today, and then it eventually cleared out, but not until late in the afternoon. This is the satellite loop here, and you can see again. You can see it's slowly clearing out, slowly clearing out. But just it took a while, and as a result, we really didn't get any blue sky until probably like 1, 2 o'clock. We had some haze and clouds around that didn't really dissipate right away, and we actually set a record today, islip, for the latest ever measurable snowfall at islip of an inch or more, I think, or something like that, though the Weather Service doesn't mention it. So temperatures have dropped tonight into the mid-30s, but it was still a mild day today. We got very little light precipitation overnight, nothing really to write home about. Let's go look at our our highs for the day. And you see it was pretty warm out there. Yep, above normal, about 5 degrees above normal, mid 40s. Again, that's about 5 degrees above normal. Looking at the lows, let's see, we get the lows in here, and you can see lows in the mid 30s. So these are where the highs should be, not the lows. All right, so it's just ridiculous how above normal things are. Absolutely ridiculous. So let's go and look at the the models here, and we'll just this is the GFS, and you can see another storm crashing to the west coast again overnight, and you can see there's the next storm already coming in, and you can see through the week here we got that high, kind of just a weak high. It's not really going to give us any clear skies. You can see there's that high that was supposed to build down, that was going to bring us one cold day on Thursday, but that's not happening. And you can watch the systems from the west coast. Here comes another low pressure system. Yep, here we go again. Another low pressure system coming in up the Great Lakes. And the GFS actually moves this through pretty quickly, gets it through, and we have rain overnight, Thursday into Friday, night into Friday, and then we don't have to deal with it. That secondary low forms offshore and stays offshore as cooler air builds in, but no really cold air, as you know. And this pattern just continues. I mean, look at that. There's like some kind of is that a tropical system swirling out there? I mean, I don't know. You can see this pattern just continues. No big troughs in the east. No big cool downs. And this continued Pacific flow. If you look at California, you see one system after another, just coming in there. It's absolutely ridiculous. So if we look at the MODIS satellite, which is what I started off with when I started this video, we'll pull this out. You can see the parade of storms. So here's the storm that hit California today. There's another one over here, and then look at that. There's another one, and then another one right here. So it's just a parade. Look at this. It's a parade. It's a parade. This is just unrelenting. Just unrelenting. This is crazy. Look at this. This is nuts. That's one hell of a satellite picture there. All right, but this is absolutely nuts. So we're gonna actually go and look at some of the conditions in California right now. And look at we have. So you can see again, we still got the high wind advisories. What's this? This looks like a flash flood warning for it looks like parts of Southern California. Well, actually, most of Southern California. Again, look at the conditions here. 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, 52 with a dew point of 52. Yes, it's humid in California, which it never is. Look at this here. This is Santa Rosa Island, a gust of 57. 56 with a dew point of 56. This is really tropical air. Look at this one offshore. 61 south of 27 gusting. So these are the kind of conditions that you're dealing with in California right now. And it looks like it's more Southern California that's getting hit this time. And then in the mountains, of course, all the snow coming in. So it's just insane. And just insane kind of weather here. And even as far into as inland, we got south-southeast wind at 44, gusting to 53. And this is going to be the energy for the LLJ event that we're going to have toward Friday. So this is, I believe, going to be the storm that we're going to have to deal with when we get toward Friday. You can see just across the country, no real cold air to speak of at all. None. It's unbelievable. I mean, the whole country is dealing with this. Even upstate New York, the ski resorts, they don't have enough snow up there. It's crazy. If we go to Ventus Sky here, look at the whole country here, you'll see there's no really cold air anywhere. I mean, no cold air anywhere at all. Just a little bit in North Dakota and part of South Dakota, and that's it. You have to go, if you want cold air, you have to go to eastern Canada. This is where the cold air is. There's no way for it to get down here. Again, because of this stupid pattern that we're in. It's just this Pacific pattern that's just ridiculous and unrelenting. So, you get one storm after another just coming through here. Just coming through. And that's old. And why is that still up there? Yeah, you have this just, look at this. One storm here, one storm here, one storm here. It's just a constant parade. And it's the fire hose right here, the Pacific Firehose that's just coming through. I'll put this in red here. But this is the Pacific Firehose just coming through. And, this fire hose is just literally the whole Pacific is literally keeping winter away from the lower 48 for the most part. And even parts of Canada as well. You have to go to eastern Canada to find any really bitterly cold air. It's just unbelievable and, pretty depressing to say the least. It's just, this is I think we're going to lose a lot this year with the Beatles. I think this is going to be the worst year yet. So, anyway, because we're not getting winter. I mean, 4 days of winter isn't going to cut it. 5 days, then when this is, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And in the midst of all this, we have to still worry about severe weather because I think we have a day 2, and you can see, look, on the convective outlook, they got marginal severe weather again for Southern California. Day 3, look at that, marginal severe weather for the South again. That's as far as it goes right now, and that they don't usually go that far out. But if we look at the radar and see what's going on in California right now, get another atmospheric river pummels California. And you'll see here that pull this out. Yeah, there you go. These are the showers, and maybe even some thunderstorms here too as well. It's pretty crazy, all that heavy rain. And there's, you can see the next system. So it's just one after. I've never seen anything so unrelenting before in my life. It's absolutely crazy. If we put the lightning on, which we're going to go and see if there are any thunderstorms around, because again, with warmth and humidity like that, yeah, look at all the lightning offshore here going on offshore. So again, this is not something you see in the Pacific. Usually the Pacific is cold. You're not supposed to see this kind of activity in the eastern Pacific at all. This is not. Look at all that lightning. That's incredible. There's actually another type of satellite image which we can use to show you lightning as well. So actually, I'm going to go here. And we're going to look at the West CONUS and this here. Look at that. So, yeah, look at all that lightning there. That's insane right there. Look at that. I'll run it on a little bit of a longer loop here so you get a chance to see it. But this is not something we're supposed to see in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Not at all. In the northern Pacific Ocean, especially. Look at all that lightning. I mean, this is not normal at all. This is very disturbing. Very disturbing. And then we go to the Climate Prediction Center, which I left out in the last weather update, but you show you here 6 to 10 day in the deep red, 8 to 14 day in the deep red. No sign of winter anywhere. And much of the country also above normal with precipitation because, again, we're all getting flooded with that fire hose coming in off the Pacific. It's just hell. So, yeah, we did have a little sunshine today and a little dry air, but it's not going to last a little bit. So, let's go and take a look at the northeast here. I'll start with the HRRR 0Z run. And hopefully this is working. The OBS. It's annoying. I shouldn't have done the update. Messed everything up. Took me like 15 minutes to fix it. But you see here's the northwest wind here. And you can see here again, just we have a light northwesterly flow, but you can see there's that air income. It's going to get pushed right back up there again. Winds go a little northerly tomorrow night, and then they turn a little more easterly to northeasterly on Wednesday, and that sets the stage for the moisture coming in from that system. And so let's go and look at this here. This is your air temperature. So the question is, will we see radiation or cooling? If we do, then possibly we'll see lows in the low 20s. But it probably won't get all that cold tonight. And then tomorrow, low 40s again. And then the HRRR really underdid today. So I'm thinking it could be more like mid 40s. We'll have to see. Maybe it'll be a little cooler tomorrow. Maybe like 42, 43. It'll still be above normal. Tomorrow night, we'll have to see if we get radiation cooling depending on the amount of clouds. And then Wednesday, a little bit cooler. Maybe it's showing a little bit cooler with highs near normal. But again, this is the HRRR. Kind of underdid it as far as the temperatures go. If we look at the GFS, which is the other model we'll look at here, you'll see, here we go, with temperature GFS is a little bit warmer. So I'm thinking more like 44 for high tomorrow. At night, probably 30s. And then for Wednesday, maybe a bit cooler with the north to east wind, maybe upper 30s to low 40s. And then here we are. Here comes the warmth and humidity for Thursday. Again, these are the air temperatures. Switches to the dew point. See that southeasterly flow coming in. Here comes that LJ overnight. Very strong southerly winds there with this low going well up to the Great Lakes. But the GFS brings the front through quick, and we actually start dropping those temperatures and dew points by Friday around the late morning hours and seeing that westerly wind. And then drier, colder air builds in for the weekend afterwards. All right. Looking at our air temperatures. So going back to the air temperatures, here's Thursday. Again, you see that surge of warmth with that heavy rain. Could be some thunderstorms, too, with this. And we'll look at the precipitation in a minute. But you see Friday still mild, but then it drops back Saturday. Well, maybe we'll have upper 30s. Maybe we'll be normal Saturday and Sunday. Maybe we'll be able to string 2 days that are near average before we go above average again. Maybe. But again, every model has its own, the GFS has a different look than the European does. And the other issue, of course, will be the wind with this storm. So let's go to the wind. And where's the wind? There it is. So there's going to be a very strong LLJ. So you see the wind that's going to look at the winds that are going to come up with this thing. So again, could be some damage, coastal flooding, though the GFS has it in and out. That's the good news about the GFS. But every model, again, is different. So again, this is the GFS. You see there's the storm there and the rain. But every model has a different look to it. So let's pull this out for a little bit here. And because it would be nice if the storm would move through nice and quick like that. But the European has a different idea altogether. So this is the European, and we will go and look at this is the 18Z run of the European. So we'll see how far it gets. But the European the European is starting to look like the GFS. But if we go to the 12Z, let's see. It doesn't go far enough. So if we go to the 12Z European, you see it stalls the front offshore and then develops a low pressure center, which lingers the rain into Saturday. And then we'd have to wait for Sunday for it to end. And the icon does the same thing with developing this second low here. The icon is a little bit of a different. Icon is just slower overall. So the models have all different solutions on this low right now. But the solution, of course, I prefer is the GFS because, I just want the rain in and out of here. We're sick of this already. But it's just going to think of what they're doing and dealing with in California with it. It's just the whole country is getting sacked by this fire hose. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. Nothing like this. So we'll have plenty of time to talk about that storm. It's still a little bit of a ways away. It's kind of hard to, get the models to agree on that. So let's go look at the skies. And this is the RGM out to 42 hours, the 0Z run on the skies for tomorrow. So unfortunately, we got a beautiful sky later this like after 3 o'clock. It was really nice. The sky was much better, and I did get out. So yeah, we did. This is what I got today at Southern's Pond in Babylon. You can see there's the sky improving a little bit and a nice pink sunset, as well as moonlit river there in Rockville Center. Oh, I don't know if that's going to show. I don't know if that's going to show in the thing. That's right. When I clicked away, I don't know. I changed the settings, so you might not have seen those pictures. I don't know. But anyway, getting back to what you're seeing here. The RGM's going to have sunshine tomorrow, but the high clouds increase, especially as you head toward later in the afternoon. But maybe, just maybe, we'll get a little blue sky tomorrow. I'm not too hopeful, all right? The way this whole pattern has been, it's just once one system leaves, the next system comes right in on its heels, and that's what we have for the RGM. And that goes out to Wednesday here, and it starts Wednesday off clear in the morning. Has a few clouds. It starts it off clear, and then another wave of cirrus. But we all know this is probably underdoing it, and there's probably going to be a lot of moisture in the upper levels. Oh, there's first right. This doesn't do the whatever. I'll use this. Let's see. I want it doesn't do the. So just to give you an idea of what it's like, let's take this sounding here. And you can see these two are close together. That means we could have a lot of high clouds. Even if there aren't any clouds, any airplane that moves through would create some clouds. Here's Wednesday. Yeah, these are kind of close together. You can see there's a little bit of a close together here and a close together here too. It could be in cloud formation. Let me look at a few more models here. Whoops. NAM 3. We have the 0Z NAM 3 in, so let's go and look at that and see what that does for tomorrow. So NAM really does have a lot of cirrus around. You can see it all. Maybe a few breaks here and there, but there'll be plenty of clouds around. And then for Wednesday, plenty of clouds. You cannot get a clear day. In fact, if we look at the GFS right now, the 18Z GFS, we would have to wait till Sunday. That's our next well, it's possible Saturday we may have some sunshine if the GFS is right and doesn't develop that secondary low and stall the front out. It keeps moving along. And our next opportunity for clear skies would be Sunday. It's unbelievable. We had a couple hours of clear skies this afternoon, a couple hours of clear skies yesterday morning, but getting a whole clear day, especially at the height of the day, between, say, 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., it's like impossible because once one system moves out, the next one moves through. That's the fire hose pattern. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And we're on track to have our warmest January on record. In fact, this past week in January, second warmest at Central Park. Now, I don't know why the Weather Service isn't mentioning any of this on their Twitters or Facebook. I do not understand why, but this was mentioned on the TV. The TV weather people spoke about it today. So I guess that's going to wrap up this weather update. Just another crummy pattern that we're dealing with as we continue to deal with the consequences of climate change. And they keep getting worse and worse and worse. And again, you just look at this and you say to yourself, look at this. Just look at all these storms here. You can count them all. We pulled out here. And again, we'll count them here for you. We've got, clear this out here. We got 1, 2. There's a storm actually here. It's sort of offshore. 3. All right. 4. And this is just a fire hose. This jet is just a big fire hose coming in and just keeping the cold air away. Literally, it's the whole country. Whole lower 48 is being affected by this. So if you want winter, if you want really cold weather, Eastern Canada, Quebec sounds about nice right now. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Thank you for watching and have a good night.